What's up, everybody? My name is Chris Reed, and today we are building our gaming PC. So I should say, not really a gaming PC, it's more like a video editing / audio production PC, because I won't be using it for a lot of gaming. But nonetheless, we got all of our components laid out here, and we're getting ready to start the build. The first thing that we're going to do is I just want to take a second to just talk about some of the things I got. So I got the Gigabit B450M motherboard right here. For the processor, we went with the Ryzen X 3700. We have an EVGA 650 gold rated power supply. We have the 970 Evo Plus M.2 SSD. For RAM, we have 32 gigs. That's right, two 16 gigabyte cards of DDR4 performance, 32 gigs of RAM. And we have the Asus GeForce GTX 1650 Super. So that's pretty much all of my components. And the last thing, of course, is the NZXT case. I did go ahead and grab from Best Buy a screwdriver and just a general PC building kit. All right, so I want to go ahead and open up my power supply first because I'm going to plug it in, turn it off, and use it for my ground. This part clips onto the power supply. This part clips onto me. All right, let's get this motherboard out of the packaging. Okay. Do we use these? What do we use these for? I don't know. So I'm going to gently make sure that I place my motherboard on the box that it came with, and that will help to just protect it even further. So according to all of the YouTube videos and the instructions, I'm supposed to install our processor first. So we're gonna go ahead and open this guy up. This is the actual processor in this packaging. And the rest of the box is the actual cooler, the Wraith Prism cooler. And there is our cooler right there. Make sure that when you're handling the processor that you do not touch the top or the bottom part of the processor, but that you instead touch it by the corners. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do is look down here and try to find corner arrow. So according to this, that is the little tiny arrow I'm supposed to follow, not this other thing right there that also looks like an arrow. Honestly, this doesn't feel real. This feels like I am watching myself outside of my body. But yeah, here is our Ryzen processor, making sure to touch it by the corners and the sides and not the pins, but checking the pins to make sure there's no bent pins. Now we're just gonna find that corner arrow. First, we need to unlatch this, pull it up, and then we're going to drop this into place. Again, not touching. Okay, now I heard it drop in. We're gonna do the wiggle test. It is in place, so, and we're going to just pull this back down. We have installed our processor. So the cooler does come with some pre-applied thermal paste there. I'm gonna trust the manufacturer and just use the thermal paste that they have provided us. All right, here we go. Third time's a try. Let's do this. So we have our CPU and CPU cooler installed. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and install the RAM. So we have this rip-jaw 32 gigs, two 16 gigabyte sticks. Just press down, because this, according to the manual, the RAM slots I'm supposed to use is RAM slots 2 and 4. Just gonna place the stick of RAM down, and as long as we have it in the correct location, it will slide directly down and into place. There's only one right way to install it. There's our first click. There's our second click. So here, click and click. So the hard drive that we have is the Samsung Evo. So we're just gonna go ahead and get this opened up. Wow, that thing is tiny. Wasn't expecting that. All right, so we're installing our hard drive now. To install the hard drive, we just went straight in, and it kind of hangs off like a lip, and then you go ahead and screw the screw back in that you removed from earlier. So we have RAM installed, processor installed, hard drive installed. We have the fan installed. Lots of things are installed, and yeah, this is looking really good. So now we're going to go ahead and get our case opened. We got the NZXT case, so we're gonna go ahead and open up this case right now. All right, so we have our case here. All right, so that panel does just pop off. I was trying to get that panel off, but it wasn't coming off, but yeah, it just pops off. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and install our motherboard. So we're gonna drop our motherboard. It's already been configured for the kind of motherboard that we have. Now we're gonna find our screws here. All right, so right now I am installing the power supply. Power supply goes into the back. Awesome. We are operational. This is good. So right now up here we have the Ryzen 7 3700X 8 cores processor, 32 gigs of memory, 216 gigabyte have been installed. A1, B1, okay, we're good. System temperature is at 37 degrees Celsius. CPU fan is spinning. This is exciting because this means we were successful and we built a gaming PC. We actually built it. It's done. Gonna be using this mainly for video editing and music production, but we are looking good so far. So next thing is to get Windows installed, and after Windows installed, get a product key. I'll plug in my boot drive so we can boot Windows, and we'll just try to get Windows installed.